I haven't cleaned this house in a month because I was on vacation for Mother's Day and I got sick when I got back, and it's completely out of control. Today we're doing a massive reset: 2 bathrooms, 2 living rooms, the dining room, and the laundry room. Come clean with me. We're starting off in the primary bathroom. When you are managing 2 households, you don't have time for products that don't work. I need heavy duty cleaners for these bathrooms that do the work for me, and a laundry detergent that can handle everything caregiving throws at it. To clean both bathrooms, I am using a fragrance-free Clorox spray. I am using Clorox toilet bowl cleaner. I am using a microfiber cloth, and I will be using an electric scrubber and a toilet bowl scrubber. I also use Windex and paper towels to clean off the mirrors. I want to address up front that I won't be showing the bedrooms. 3 aren't in use, and the 4th is my grandmother's private space. Protecting her dignity and privacy means keeping her room off of the internet, but the rest of this house needs some serious love, so it feels like a sanctuary when we are here caring for her. I started off with the sinks and vanities. I began with the mirrors first. I sprayed those with Windex and then came behind and wiped them with paper towels. I then sprayed the sinks down with the Clorox spray and then went behind with the Comet bleach all-purpose liquid. Spread that around, and then I went in with a pink microfiber cloth and then wiped that sink and cleaned it out. And then I wiped the sink with a paper towel and replaced everything on top of the counter back where it went. And I did that for both sides. I then moved to the tub. I removed everything off of the top, sprayed it with some Clorox spray, wiped it down, and then replaced the items back on top of the tub's top. I then moved to the shower stall, repeating the same steps, only using a electric scrubber to clean that. And now I'm cleaning the toilet. I used the Clorox spray for the toilet tops and bottoms, and I also used the Clorox toilet bowl cleaner for the inside, and then I will come back and mop the floor. This is the foyer area. This area consists of the dining room and the office. There isn't much to do in both areas plus the foyer because there is only one person living in this house, which leaves the task to be performed of vacuuming, dusting, and cleaning off the front windows and the door windows that lead out onto the patio, and that is what I'll be doing in both areas, plus mopping to cover any dirt that's tracked in on the feet and or mud. I'll be using a Swifter dusting extender duster to dust the bookshelves on top of the entire desk, the ceiling fan, and also the light bulbs and or lamps, plus any cabinets, tabletops, and or china cabinet that I love so very much. I use Windex and a paper towel to clean the windows. The furniture that you're seeing in this house, they are antiques, so I have to be careful with what products I do use when cleaning because they can cause damage to very valuable items. I am now back in the bathroom. I am starting to mop. I use an O-Cedar mop and bucket to clean with a dab of bleach and a dab of Fabuloso because I cannot use any other product as it may cause my grandmother to get very ill. So I'm just going to mop the floors. I'm going to wet first and then dry after, as you can see. You may notice 2 doors. One is to another room and the other is leading to the primary room and the bathroom that I just cleaned. As I stated before, I will not be showing you those rooms. I use a sharp steam mop to clean the floors in the primary areas just because my grandmother has COPD. COPD is chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. It is a chronic progressive lung condition that restricts airflow and makes breathing difficult. Some of the risk factors that can cause a COPD flare up are tobacco smoke, air pollution, and workplace irritants are the things that can cause her to have a flare up. And so when I am cleaning, because I am a responsible caregiver and I do take care of the cleaning of the house, I try to make sure I use as little of products as I can, or try to get fragrance free products, but I still need to make sure things are disinfected. So I have to make sure I'm using little bits of it. I try to keep, as you can see, the fans on. I make sure that we change her air filters the same way I do at home at my house, and we make sure that her air purifiers are on and the filters in those are changed, just to minimize the dust and the smell from any fumes, or anything that I use is limited. I pretty much use the same products all over the house. In the kitchen, I am using Dawn Power Wash in addition to some Method Granite countertop cleaner or granite cleaner, and that is it. When I mop the floors in here, I use the Shark Steam Mop, and I also use Method Wood Cleaner for the kitchen table. That's it. I try to minimize the harm that I can cause her, because when she does get sick, it can be really, really bad. Her coughing spells is just, I just know how bad it can be for her, and as a caregiver, it is my responsibility to make sure I take care of her to the best of my ability, and that is my main goal and my main focus. And being a caregiver of a 84-year-old and having a toddler is kind of like the same thing. Essentially, they are both toddlers. They both want what they want. They are both very demanding, and it's funny to me because it's like you are older than her, but y'all act the same. And my daughter and her great grandmother are two peas in a pod. They are both very vocal, confident. They are together doing things that I would not expect. They learn from each other, and it's beautiful to see, but it also can be very tiring, because if you are a mom and you have two toddlers and say they are 2 under 2, you know what I'm talking about. They can get into so much, and it can be stressful because she's 84 and she knows, she's been around, so she knows what she wants and she knows what she needs to do. And if you're not doing it her way, it can become very, very difficult and stressful. So I just do my best that I can do to try to make sure everyone is comfortable, especially my grandmother, because that is, like I said, a priority for me. But it can, and it has taken a lot out of me before, so I try to make sure I manage my time and work on myself and the things that I need to do to try to make sure I have some semblance of a balance for myself, my family, and my partner. And that is why we have 2 separate households. We gave her her own household because she is older, and like I said, she's been around, so she likes things a certain way, and then that way she has it a certain way. And then we have our house where we can do things our way, and we have a medium and a balance there. When we first moved out and moved into our own separate home, I kind of felt like a failed caretaker or caregiver, and it took a while for me to realize that it actually was a good thing, because it helped so much with our mental health, me and my man's mental health, our child. We watched her grow significantly. My grandmother, she grew, she made some changes within herself, and it has turned out to be better for us. But for a while I was suffering a ambiguous loss. Like, I was going through and grieving an ambiguous loss, because not only did I feel like a failed caregiver, I felt like I was losing my home, my forever home, and that just made me incredibly sad, and it just made me feel like I was failing at the life that I had worked so hard to create and gain. In the end, it all worked out through God and perseverance, and I am happy to be here cleaning this house once again. Whether I live in it or not, it is one thing that I do love. I love taking care of both of my homes. It is a joy for me. I've dusted, cleaned the windows and mirrors inside the living room. I vacuumed, and now I'm into the second bathroom. I cleaned the toilet, the sink, the mirror. Now I am mopping the floor, and once I've completed that, I would have been completely done with my chores for the day and my first home. I clean this house every 2 weeks. There are some things in this video that I did not show you that I did clean because my grandmother was in the shot, and like I said, I like to keep her off the internet and keep her private. But those 2 rooms there, those are the 2 other rooms in the house that you did not see in the video. This is just a walkthrough of everything. This is just me showing you what it looks like. I want to thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, please comment down below and let me know if you want to see more content as far as my other house. I love you guys. Thank you so much for supporting me. I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, bye. Love you. Bye.